In today's class, I'm going to teach you the power of exponential thinking. You may wonder why I've switched up where I normally teach. Well, I brought some props today. First of all, brought my chessboard. By the way, this is rosewood and boxwood. I love this set. Absolutely wonderful. I have a bowl of wheat. I have a few $100 bills here, one from 1950, one from 1981, and a more recent one. I have some matches, and I have a mug of hot chocolate. What on earth does all of this have to do with exponential thinking? You'll see soon. Let me start with what I call Lattenomics. Someone sent me a tweet recently in despair because they felt they would never be able to save for anything significant in their life, and everything I was teaching was ultimately a waste of time and futile. Here's the tweet, and I've blocked out the person's name because I'm really not here to pick on someone who truly doesn't understand financial literacy. It's educational. Here's the tweet. Remember, friend, a $5 iced latte a day is $25 a week, $100 a month, $1,200 a year. After 10 years, that's $12,000, which is still nowhere near enough to put a down payment on a house. So enjoy your espresso in peace. Literally everything about this tweet is wrong. And it breaks my heart that it has tens of thousands of likes and over 10,000 retweets in its first few weeks. You'll see the full impact by the end of this class, but let me give you a preview of some things. The number of days of a week is wrong. Last I checked, it's 7, not 5, but maybe we take weekends off. There's also 52, not 48 weeks in a year, but perhaps you go latte free on those 4 weeks of vacation you get. It assumes that wealth comes from denying all pleasure, which is absolutely wrong. You must and should absolutely spend on what you like and enjoy. And if it's coffee, then go for it. The goal of financial literacy and wealth building is not to live like a monk and feel guilty. It's not to feel guilt for all spending. It's to follow a plan which prioritizes the things that will get you to your goals, and then to spend on the things you love with what is left over. You spend after you invest. You don't invest after you spend. And you prioritize goals that absolutely matter to you. It turns out that lattes are a sensitive subject. It seems to me, based on raising buying coffee and a few classes like this in the past, that lattes are a metaphor for something generational. Look, I admit, for someone my age who grew up with little, I hear people spending like $5 to $10 on lattes, and I think waste and frivolity. I absolutely admit it. And reading the comments to this tweet is depressing because many people see drinking coffee now as a subversive act of rebellion against the older generation. It doesn't affect me. It only affects you if you're a younger person. Look, lattes are just a way to get sugar and caffeine. It's 34,000 calories and 10 pounds a year. Get it any way you want. When I grew up, it was Coke, and for some people, Pepsi. Now it's lattes. For me now, it's actually hot chocolate. It's my favorite recipe, by the way. The secret is Ghirardelli, double chocolate powder, sugar, and, this is the secret one, Nutella. It's like liquid diabetes. Awesome. Forget lattes. This is not a scare tactic where they're coming for your lattes. What it's about is this. It is about $100 every month that you are choosing to spend on something which may or may not be useful. So let's get right to the point here. It's not lattes, it's not games, it's not Coke, it's not any vice that you may have. What it's about is literally taking $100. No, let's not lose that. And lighting a match to it. This is making you nervous, isn't it? You're freaking out. My God, David's burning a $100 bill. Actually, I don't want to get this on my chessboard. Aren't you actually panicking a bit? Is he really doing this? This is real money. What's going on here? When it's lattes, it's about generational warfare. When it's actually a real $100 bill, suddenly people get up in arms. Suddenly it's visceral. Suddenly it's real. So what is it really about? It never was about the lattes. It's about thinking little things don't matter. It's about not thinking that habits accumulate. If you are spending on expensive coffee every day and it's not crucial to you, you probably have lots of other little habits you're not aware of. Often 1/3 or more of our money is spent on things we don't even think about, but it adds up. It's about carelessness with small purchase and overpaying for things in general. You can afford anything, but not everything. And it's the small things that keep us from the big things. It's about spending on what is likely not super important to you. If you have a limited budget, which most of you probably do, and you have an important financial goal, it is literally incinerating your chance at meeting that goal because of something simple. And if it's about lattes, it's probably lots of other spending that you could transfer to savings as well. It's a question of priorities. Isn't money toward a goal worth something? It can be something other than a house. It can be the start of your emergency fund. It can be part of a fund to give you a trip or something that matters to you. What this tweet says is, if I can't have a full down payment on a house, I would literally rather incinerate all of it. Well, I've had 4 kids. Many of you may have had kids. We've all been kids. That is literally how a toddler thinks. If you have a goal, you should be working toward it. And progress is enormously important to that. By the way, there are programs where even $12,000, which is the wrong number, but we'll get to that later, will actually be a good portion of the way to a down payment, if not a full down payment. This tweet is about victim culture. Many of the comments talk about how the older generation ruined the world for them, and there's literally no chance for anyone young to be able to build financial wealth. That is victim thinking, that is wrong, and that will hold you back. If you want to wallow in pity, you are absolutely welcome to. Have your lattes, it doesn't affect me. But if you want to build a wealthy future for yourself and future generations, stay tuned. The biggest problem with this tweet is it fails to understand the actual value of money. It doesn't understand time frame, it doesn't understand the time value of money, and it doesn't understand what investment is about. So what's the agenda for this class? What is the value of money? What is $100 really worth? I'm going to teach you a few concepts crucial for becoming wealthy, including the power of compound interest and exponential thinking. And we're going to come back at the end, and I'm going to answer the question for you, what were those lattes really worth? Hint, it's not $12,000.